this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
right?
watching this episode
of Oregon Life.
Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and it's that time of year where we look back in time to meet some of the memorable people we have interviewed over this past year, and it's been really a wonderful journey. Up first is Alex Haunty. He's an amazing artist. Just in Middleton, Wisconsin, he was part of the 14 South tour this year, which originated here in Oregon. When I was interviewing Alex, I was reminded of my film, This Is My Sister, when one of the sisters of This Is My Sister, Nora, says, paraphrasing now, but she says, when you have people that love and care about you, you can become the person you were meant to be. And that is true of Alex's family, mother and father, guiding him, helping him, giving him the resources to really showcase his amazing talents, as you will see. Thank you again for this wonderful year, and we'll follow up with some new ones and some old ones before the end of the year. And we are thankful to produce this episode through the generous contributions of Tour Horse Insurance. Tour Horse Insurance is more than a sponsor of Oregon Life. Tour Horse, like OCAmedia, has celebrated our community for over 45 years, fulfilling their insurance needs. Through their generous contributions, Tour Horse Insurance has been a wonderful partner to OCAmedia, making it possible for us to produce episodes like Greenhaven Gardens, Keene Garlic, and highlighting the best of Oregon and surrounding areas. And that includes this episode, a look back with Alex Haunty, artist extraordinaire. Thank you.
When Alex comes to work on a painting with a mentor, the mentor is helping more just to help him keep focused. He is sometimes learning a new skill. One of our recent mentors, Leslie EY, is teaching him how to do a card cutout program to try to learn the shapes of what he's drawing and try to get an idea in his head and put it tangible. And so first he does a cutout example of what's in his mind, and then he has to free draw. He's learning how to free draw and try to put something on canvas. And none of the mentors will ever touch a painting. It's more about teaching a skill, learning a skill over time, learning how to portray something. And Alex grows in those types of portrayals. Sometimes he has to use a picture, and then he uses a graph, and then he projects it. Or this time he's just starting freehand and starting to learn how to take what he's done in more elaborate form, and now he's free drawing. And so now they just were working on the cow this past week a little bit, and she was like, encouraging him to round out the cow, and then he was rounding out the cow, right? I mean, I can't remember what she said exactly,
yeah,
but
or no, it looked like a dog, and then I turned it from looking like a dog to more looking like a cow.
And to do that, you had to take a picture. You went to the internet and you pulled a picture down.
Yeah. I went to the internet and looked at a picture of a cow and cow's like face, and then printed it off, and I think, and then me and Leslie would talk about, what I would want to paint, work on with, cow jumping over the moon, or, the project at hand.
Right. And one of the things, if you notice on the board here, you have all the different kind of color matches that sometimes when you're working on a painting for a long time, you just finished a beautiful cow painting for Ella, and you have different pinks and you have different blues and different browns, because you have to learn how many of every color you put in. So those are different signs you write. Big glob of white, small paint glob of light blue makes that one. And then you do that. So she's teaching you how to take what's in your head and your practice, and then how to repeat it. Because over time, you have to recreate that same blue. So those are the teaching type of skills that she'll show you how to do, but she's doing it within his ability. So like he talks about globs. So she's like big glob of white, small glob of light. Blended together. I think ear hair you have around the nose, and I mean, there's just so she's teaching him skills, and then he transfers those skills into his next painting. And he's always growing, and every art mentor who comes is giving him a new perspective, some new understanding of how to approach art. He goes and watches them paint or watches them in their field, and then they transfer some information to him, like how to grow in a certain area, how to do clouds, how to do animals, how to do flowers,
How to do people.
how to do perspective. He wants to learn how to draw people. So they're learning, practicing free-form people. So they practice art skills. And that's what we do.
What I look forward to in the future with like my art, I like to dream big and like think big, and I want someday I feel like I would want my art in the Metropolitan Museum in New York and be able to have my artwork there and have my artwork be like a Monopoly game. Like I said, I like dreaming big, and just how I dream big is just I don't let any obstacles get in my way, and I just look at the positive side of things, and and kind of like believe in, and I have like faith that in what the possible, not impossible. Well, my favorite thing to do in the art world is to paint. Well, besides painting, I love tap dancing and singing songs from my favorite musicals. And I like seeing Broadway musicals, and I like taking people with disabilities to see a Broadway show at the Overture Center and sharing that experience with people with disabilities that don't get that experience or get that opportunity. And I just like going above and beyond. Just feels good to be loved by my parents and my mentors and friends that have been helped me helped me along my journey, and I just really feel like blessed and like thankful for them, and just to be loved and treated the way I want to be treated. Thanks for watching Oregon Life.
Watching this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
Right?
watching this episode
Episode of Oregon Life.